Hey everyone, it's Nikki again. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Those Eyeshadows update. I do have to say there is not a lot of progress this time around. Of course, March has been a little crazy for everybody, to say the very least, but I really didn't wear a lot of makeup this past month, just with everything going on. I haven't been sleeping very well, kind of stressing out at night. Just kind of letting all the thoughts run through my head, so not a lot of getting ready in the morning, putting on makeup, doing my hair and all of that, so it's been a very natural March, as natural as we can get in this time. But I do have some progress. I do want to share that with you. So before I get started, I just want to say, I hope that everyone is doing okay. I know this has been some crazy times and it's going to be a struggle. It seems a little bit longer, but hopefully we can all make it through. We've been doing okay here, not sick, but my husband and I both are essential workers, so we are dealing with a lot of people on a day-to-day basis, so we'll see what happens. But I hope everyone is doing as good as you can in a situation like this, and I hope everyone's families and loved ones are doing well. I'm a little nervous for my grandparents and my husband's grandparents. They're getting in their 70s, mid-70s, and it's just scary to think that something like this, after everything they've been through, is a possibility, and I don't want to think about it right now. But I do have some progress. I hit pan on one shade this month, and it's one that I've been working on for a while now. So it's from the Conspiracy palette, so only 3 more shadows in this project at the moment. But I did finally hit pan on the shade Illuminati right there in the corner, like I knew that I would. And this shade is so pretty, and I do love wearing it, but it's been in here, I think, 3-4 months now, so to have it finally out of the project, it's a little pat on the back. It is a very pretty shade and I loved using it, but I'm excited to start moving on into other shades and shadows. I do still have 3 in this project for my Project Pan 2020, a year-long project, so this is also a year-long project, but I have Tanacon, Not a Fact, and Conspiracy still in the project, and still that project, which I didn't do an update for because, again, I hadn't worn a lot of makeup this past month, so I didn't really dip into a lot of the shadows in that project, but I'm super excited to have this one pan. Alright, so I hit pan on the shade Illuminati on March 14th after 12 uses in this project. That was right before everything shut down, so that's right around the time I stopped wearing makeup, so but I did finally hit pan. This past month I used it only 4 more times before I hit pan, so with that I've just been patting it all over the lid, kind of blending it out. I've paired it a lot with Not a Fact, which is really pretty. I wore that several times throughout this project, so I love that combo, and I'm definitely going to wear it again because I have Not a Fact to completely pan for my year-long project. Now for the shadows I didn't hit pan on. I have 5 of them, so let's just get into it. The first one is from the Dream Street palette, Kathleen Lights and Color Pop. It is the shade Spark, and I used that a total of 18 times, and as you can see there is a pretty decent dip in there. I feel like I'm super close to hitting pan on that one. It is very pigmented. I'm wearing it on my lid today with another shadow in this project, but it is a very pretty color. It's one of my faves when I first got this one. I think that's why there's such a big dip in it, otherwise I probably would be panning this one forever. But it's a very pretty color and I really enjoy it. I paired it a lot with the shade Water Bearer here, and that one also has a pretty decent sized dip, but I think Spark is giving it a run for its money. The next eyeshadow that I didn't hit pan on comes from my Morphe 35OS palette. This one has been in this project multiple times. You can see all the shadows I've hit pan on so far, but the one this time around is this one right here. It doesn't have a name, but you can start to see a little bit of a dip coming around. And that's the other shade I have in my eyes today. You can see it. I love this palette a lot, actually. All of these shadows are super soft and easy to work with. This is that shade. There we go, very pretty. And I used that twice this month for a total of 6 times in the entire project. That was from the Morphe 35OS palette. And this one I didn't use at all this time. It's a bulkier palette. I guess y'all know what it is. It's the Jawbreaker palette. And I do love this palette. It's just really bulky, and so is, like, they're about the same. Actually, this one's a little bit bigger. But, like, having 2 bulky palettes out at the same time, it just made everything look really messy. So this one kind of got pushed to the wayside a little, and I'm sorry. Sorry, Jeffrey. But the shade in this one is the shade Fuck. It's that one right there. I just realized I whispered that, like, oh my gosh, my mom's gonna hear this, I'm in trouble. But it's the shade Fuck, and it's actually a really pretty shade, and I've paired it with Spark a few times in the past, just not this month. It's very neon. It doesn't look very pretty in the lighting, but once you blend it out, it's very pretty. A little powdery, but that's okay. But in this project, I've used it a total of 6 times. 0 times in March, but I have used it a total of 6 times. I just think this is a really fun palette, especially for like spring and summer. These like pastel colors over here are really pretty, and I'm definitely going to get a lot more use of it into the summer rather than the fall. I think the fall colors I just used were these right here, and then a couple of like the reds and the purple. I love the orange, like the sparkle orange. I'm going to swatch that too. It's called Orange Juice. It's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it. But yes, I definitely think that's going to be a more like spring summer palette that I'm going to reach for a lot more often. The 4th shade I didn't hit pan on comes from the Soft Glam palette, and I tried to clean it up a little bit, but I don't think you can after a certain point. But I did clean the front just a tiny bit, but some things just leave their mark forever. But the shade in this one, and I had this one I think twice in this project before. It was Mulberry and Glisten. You can barely see that corner where I hit pan. It's there, I promise. But the shade now is Orange Soda right here, and the dip is getting a little bit bigger. I did use it a total of 6 times. This is the one that just came in for the month of March, and 6 times in this project. I was absolutely certain I would hit pan on this one during March, but gotta wear makeup to hit pan on it, and you know. But I don't think I'll have a problem hitting pan this next go around. I feel like I'm in a better headspace and I can, you know, start wearing makeup more often and feeling okay about that. It's just some sleepless nights was throwing off my my whole like vibe, and I slowly like feel myself coming back into that. So I'm excited to start wearing more makeup and making myself look presentable to the world. I don't know. I mean, you know, you're essential. Gotta look the part. I hate myself. So, Orange Soda. I'm gonna swatch that one for you now. This one actually, I don't know if it's just the shadow or, oh, you can't see that at all. Try to build it up a little bit. Or if it's just getting old, because I've had this right before I got married, so it's coming up 2 years now that I've had this palette. But that's Orange Soda. I think it fits really well with the other shades. So I didn't get this right before I got married, so that's about 2 years now that I've had this palette. It was like the first round, it was the day actually that it launched, and I want to say that was March 8th. So it's already been 2 years for this palette. So I think this one, I took off the sticker because I'm stupid, but I think this one had a shelf life of like 18 months. It was a little longer than Modern Renaissance, which was like a year. So the formula might be starting to change because it's getting older, but I don't see anything gross like going on in any of the pans, so I'm gonna keep it just because, you know, I like it a lot. But if it does start getting like a little funky, or like the second my eyes start itching after using this, I'm gonna toss it. Also, side note, ABH is having like a buy one get one 50% off right now on their website, so go check that out if you're looking to stock up, or like I might have a spare. I might get a spare actually, or if you want to get a spare of your palettes, because I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I'll keep an eye on this to make sure like nothing crazy's happening with the shadows, and I'll keep y'all posted if it does. Alright, so the last shadow that rolled in from March is this Maybelline single shadow called Seashell. It took me a very long time to get that out, just so you know. It is a really pretty light pink shimmer. It's a little powdery, as you can see, all that dust, but really pretty. I was thinking about maybe using it as a highlight, but I don't know if I'll like that, but I might try it out, just give it a test. But you can see very light, almost the shade of my skin, just tiny bit pink and shimmery. And I used this one a total of 6 times in March, so it will be rolling in with the others. That so far is the color Story. We did hit pan on one though, so we do get to roll one in, and I've already put those variables in my phone. I'm going to turn down the brightness because I forget every time. You can never see like what is happening. So I have all of my shadows in this EXF spread. What is that? Oh, pancake recipes and easy casserole recipes. Cool. But I have all my shadows in this spreadsheet, and I'm using the Pretty Random app, and I've already entered all the shadows, like the number I have, 321. Hasn't changed since last month. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm just gonna hit it once because that's all we got this time. So randomize, and it is the shade 141. So I'm gonna hop over, scroll to that shadow, which is from the BH Cosmetics Love in London palette, and I've already hit pan on that one. So fun, we get to roll again. Oh, missed it. And it's 60. So 66 was the shade Catch a Tan, which is in the Milani Most Loved Mattes palette. This palette has been in this project a total of 4 times, as you can see. This one I've used in the other times it has been in this palette. But the shade Catch a Tan is this one right here. It actually has a tiny dip, like if you can see just a little bit. Funnily enough, I didn't reach for it a lot while it was in the project before. Pretty decent shade. I actually have this shadow in my 2020 project pan, which is awesome because now I can use one shadow for 2 projects. And so I was actually hoping that I'd get one that was in that project, because I feel like I neglected that one entirely for the month of March. So it's really exciting that I have this shade. And of course this palette I actually do really enjoy. It's one of my favorite. I love that the mirror is so big, and I use it in all my travels, so even if it's like not part of my projects, it's always thrown in to my makeup bag that's over here. I always have it thrown in here to use with all my project stuff, so I'm pretty excited about that. Is all I have for this Pan Those Eyeshadows update. Let me know in the comments just something positive that's happened this month. there's so much negativity going on right now and people just acting crazy, and let's just share a little bit of positivity in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and I hope everyone's safe, and I hope everything's going well for all of you out there, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.